right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I need to get some water. Crazy, weird story I've been hearing about for a little bit too. There's a massive manhunt. They are searching for this guy, and I guess now the guy just got named. People in the chat were telling me the suspect's name is Austin Drummond. And let me see, I put up a picture here. He's 29 years old, and he's been named as the suspect in this horrific quadruple homicide in Tennessee that also involved a 7-month-old baby found abandoned in a stranger's backyard. So this guy at least spared the baby. Allegedly, he's being accused of this. He's considered armed and dangerous and is wanted on 4 counts of first-degree murder, kidnapping, and firearm charges. He may be driving a 2016 Audi A3 with the license plate RI 01896. I found this video. It looks like it's like some type of podcast about the story. It's on the news.
Thursday morning to you, everybody. Welcome in here to the WSMV4 Plus streaming studio. I am Lydia Fielder here today for a segment of Behind the Story with our reporter Braydon Quigley. So Braydon's in today to talk to us about a story that's really captured the attention of the state of Tennessee this week, and it's a very sad and serious story here. Hard to hear some of these details, so just know that off the top of this here if you have little ears in the room, but you might have already heard about this. It's 4 people who were killed. Investigators are calling them homicides, and they were connected to a baby that was found abandoned 40 miles away. This is all happening as now TBI, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, is searching for a suspect. So that's where I want Braydon to come in and pick up here to talk about what you've been following, Braydon, in this story, and kind of give us just any more background that you want to add before I play your story that ran yesterday. I know we're still just working really with a lot of basic details coming out of it today.
Perfect. But yeah, the gist is it started on Tuesday afternoon around 3 when police got a call that a baby had been found strapped to a car seat, left in a stranger's yard. Luckily, the baby was completely uninjured. She was taken to the hospital where she was checked out.
And that's
She's a little
baby there.
7-month-old girl. They put out her photo because they were trying to figure out who she was.
He was dating the grandma of the baby's sister.
No one could figure out who this baby was, where she came from. But then it was a few hours later that they made this horrific discovery about 45 minutes away, 45-minute away drive. So the baby was left in Tigrit, and then these bodies were found in Tiptonville.
Okay, so we'll play that story, just kind of going over again the background, hearing from some folks in that area and investigators on this case, and then we'll come back here with Braydon to talk about exactly what we're learning this morning.
On Tuesday afternoon, a homeowner in Dyer County called the sheriff's office to report that there was an infant left stranded in a car seat in their yard. The 7-month-old girl was taken to a hospital to be.
And they're saying that the 7-month-old, so this happened, I'm just getting the information, that's weird. Oh, and there's a 911 call, apparently. We're getting, this happened July 29th. The 7-month-old infant was discovered strapped to a car seat, abandoned on the front lawn of some random home. A dark minivan or white SUV was seen dropping her off.
Ooh. Checked out and was found to be uninjured. Then, a few hours later, 4 bodies were found about 45 minutes away in Lake County. They were just identified as the baby's father, 21-year-old Matthew Wilson, and mother, 20-year-old Adrianna Williams, as well as the baby's maternal grandmother, 38-year-old Cortney Rose, and her maternal uncle, 15.
Maternal grandmother, maternal uncle. So Rachel was saying, oh, the mother was 20. Rachel was saying that this guy that got named now is the grandma's boyfriend. Holy moly. So the victims, James M. Wilson, 21, Adrianna Williams, 20, the infant's parents, okay, and then the grandmother, Cortney Rose, 38, and a teenage uncle, Braydon Williams, 15, all murdered, dead. And the bodies were found on Carrington Road in Lake County, about 25 to 40 miles from where the infant was abandoned. What's up, Katrina? Wow.
Year-old Braydon Williams. Police have not said who found them or how they died.
The investigation, including efforts to identify and apprehend a suspect or suspects, remains active and ongoing. Local residents are asked to remain vigilant and report any information to local authorities.
Melissa Peel lives on Carrington Road where the bodies were found and said it's usually a quiet place.
To know that murderers come down through here, I mean, yeah, it's scary.
The road comes to a dead end there and people love to hike and bird watch. She hopes whoever did this is caught soon.
Who could have done that? Who could have left a baby at it somewhere with strangers outside in this heat? I mean, who would do that?
On Tuesday
All right,
afternoon-
so we are back here live with Dryden now. The story went over the basic details that we had yesterday, and it also did identify by name the people that were found dead, but we've got new information coming out overnight into this morning, Dryden, and we can pick up there.
Yeah, we got some new photos of these victims, and just to explain one more time, because it's a little bit complicated how they're all related to each other, it's the baby's mom, the dad, and then the baby's mom's mom, the grandma, and then the baby's mom's brother, who's a 15-year-old. And so this is a photo of the four of them. Up there, it's Adrianna Williams, Matthew Wilson, Cortney Rose, and Braydon Williams is in the lower right corners.
Grandma's sister's boyfriend. Oh, the sister's boyfriend. Grandma's sister's boyfriend. Okay. Oh, Lord. I'm going to have to make a chart.
So the four of them. And again, we're still working to learn. A lot of the questions are unknown. We even tried to ask TBI yesterday, you know, who found these bodies? Were they in a car? How are they found? How are they killed? We have none of that information. So but we do have a sister station out there in Memphis, and so she was able to physically go out there because it's about 3 hours away from Nashville and go talk with neighbors who live on the street where these bodies were found. And they said that it's a quiet road. It actually ends in a dead end, and there's a lake there, and so that area is where they were found. We know that TDOT came out and towed away 2 different cars, and that the coroner was on scene yesterday around like 5 o'clock, and so that was all going on during our newscasts yesterday. But again, as to why they were targeted, how they were killed. Yeah,
we don't know. And I think it's important to point out that yesterday we were talking that you were also asking questions, or reporters were asking questions of, hey, is the community in any danger here? We have since received an update on that. First being that police investigators believe this was not random, that this was a targeted attack, right?
Exactly. And I think that's really, really important. And you know, that's a key question that we're always trying to get to as fast as we can, because that's what you need to know right now if you live in the area.
Really want
and
to
so,
know, too.
yeah, obviously, should I be, you know, is there someone going around here targeting random people? That's terrifying. Not that this isn't also terrifying, but they didn't respond to that question. They said that they weren't, you know, all they could say was that they were investigating. And so to hear that information now that it was a targeted attack is something new. And so I know when they were talking with people yesterday who live on that street, you know, it was terrifying to the idea that a murderer is just could be right around the corner.
And let's talk about the timeline here. I want to dissect that a little bit further, because I was also hearing, and this could be speculation, maybe just chatter in the newsroom, that these bodies maybe were out for some time while this investigation continued. I don't know if you had heard that. I didn't mention that to you before we started here, but even just the timeline of the baby being dropped,
Yes.
and then when the bodies were found and how long it took to connect those.
Sorry, yes, you're correct. Like, I'm not sure how long they were out there for before being found, but they were, because, so this all happened, today's Thursday. This happened on Tuesday around 3. They got the call for the baby. And again, this is 45 minutes away, so I'm not really sure how, I guess it took them a minute to connect this as well. I'm not sure exactly what time the bodies were found, but it was later that day. And so this all happened on Tuesday, but then on Wednesday, yesterday, we were reporting about it, and we know that the TBI had the whole area shut down, and they were continuing to investigate until like 5 p.m. is when the coroner.
This is a picture of the Audi. I don't know if this is the vehicles that they took or not, this Audi, or they found. The vehicle may be he may be traveling in the vehicle. It's a picture of him. You can zoom it in. Picture of him and his vehicle, I guess, with the license plate RI01896. And, he's on the run, hasn't been caught yet. And he just got named, just a little bit ago, he just got named as the suspect for the murders. So wherever he is, I'm sure he probably sees that.
Coroner arrived on the scene. And so
I've got this map pulled up while you're talking about it. Okay, so here's Arkansas, the Mississippi here, Memphis is here. So
right on the line.
In Nashville. This is, right on the state line here. So this here,
if you scroll down a
where the
little
baby
more
was abandoned. Oh, I see. I had the lower third in the way. This, thank you, Dryden, is where the baby was found abandoned.
Exactly. And it was a stranger's yard. And
wow.
At first, I think people were jumping. It's a good lesson also not to be jumping to conclusions, because people were taking to social media and were like, how dare someone leave a baby in a random yard? It's 100 degrees out,
And so they're saying here too that, okay, Caitlin Speed, that's what they're saying on Facebook. Caitlin Speed is married to the suspect, Austin Drummond. Caitlin is Cortney's sister. So Cortney is the grandmother that was killed, Cortney Rose. They're saying the grandmother's sister, Caitlin, is married to the suspect. This clip is from the great grandma's obituary. The great grandma just passed away in April. Okay. I don't think they're legally married. Okay. Is this him from back in 2013, the suspect? Teen can be tried as an adult in armed robbery and kidnapping. Wow. What the?
Really hot, how dangerous. Like, if you're going to abandon your baby, you should bring it to somewhere. But I think it became very clear that this is not a choice that these parents made, that they would not have chosen to leave their baby.
Right. So speculating on that, how the baby ended up there. And you would imagine whoever had contact in murdering this family.
Yeah. Could have dropped. I don't know if that happened first. Right. We don't know if the baby.
I mean, that's what everyone's mind then would go to, right? Is, oh, okay, if these two are connected, police are saying they are, then does that mean that the killer in this situation put the baby there first and then murdered people, murdered the family, saw the baby, then took the baby away?
Yeah, the timeline is really
many questions.
So many questions. And the fact that it's a 15-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old, and 38-year-old, I mean, just so sad.
Murder 4 people like that, like nothing. And I just saw something that stuck out to me. Okay, yeah, Nick Burris just made a post on this whole story 58 minutes ago. TBI, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, identifies quadruple murder suspect and is asking for the public's help. Special agents from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation have identified the suspect charged in connection with a quadruple homicide in Tiptonville. 29-year-old Austin Robert Drummond. So this is breaking news. This part of the story is new, that they named this guy. This is big. People are going to be looking out for him. They can recognize his face. He has a prior criminal history as a felon accused of possessing a gun. This is also one indication the victims were likely shot. That's what I was wondering too. I didn't really hear how they were killed. Felon accused of possessing a gun. Okay. And he's being charged with the deaths of 4 people here. 21-year-old Matthew Wilson, the baby's father. 20-year-old Adrianna Williams, the baby's mother. 38-year-old Cortney Rose, the baby's maternal grandmother, and 15-year-old Braydon Williams, the baby's maternal uncle. That's crazy. Why did you murder all these people? Including the 15-year-old. I mean, they're all kind of young, except for even the grandma. Damn. He said that I've learned 2 vehicles were towed away by the TBI yesterday from the crime scene, and one other 1988 Ford F-150, believed to be driven by Matthew Wilson. Oh, okay. So the Ford F-150, believed to be driven by Matthew Wilson. 2 vehicles towed away by the TBI from the crime scene, and one other, a 1988 F-150 believed to be driven by Matthew Wilson, is missing. So are they driving his car around, or where's his car at? Finding that vehicle could be critical to the investigation. TBI also provided a photo of the suspect's white Audi. So 2 vehicles that they're looking for. This is the Audi. That's the only picture I've seen with the license plate. And then this pickup truck now that belongs to the baby's father that was killed. Okay, so that's new information from Nick. Wow.
Sad
So
either
young,
way, but very
like-
young in this instance.
Exactly.
And, you know, it's hard to look at these photos and think, wow, first of all, there's grandma in this set of photos and an uncle and in this sweet little baby's face.
Quadruple murder suspect Austin just got out of jail less than a year ago for charges he faced during a convenience store robbery. What was his motive? Did the family know him? Who dropped off the baby? Who dropped off the baby? There's pictures of this guy. First week out. Troublemaker. No good. Didn't learn his lesson. Escalates from that to murdering 4 people, allegedly.
And I did have, he isn't up for talking yet, which is completely understandable, but I messaged a little bit with the father of Matthew Wilson, whose name is also Matthew, and he just said, you know, we have no words.
Yeah.
And
As
so
you wouldn't.
which
It's
is
such an
completely
unimaginable thing to face.
Understandable that, you know, you're processing all
Yeah.
of this and trying to...
No one
Yeah.
should see their own child die before them. I think it's important, too, to talk a little bit about this collaborative effort between our newsroom. So as you saw on that map, we are in Middle Tennessee. This was happening in West Tennessee, right? So I would love for you to break down a little bit more of this collaborative effort of how we gather content from other stations, how you were talking to the reporter while she was out on scene, and how information gets shared. And so that when you were listening to the press conference, it was through Memphis's camera, right?
Exactly. So we, you know, made the decision or decided not to go out there. It's about a 3-ish hour drive, so it probably would have been maybe an overnight stay if we were going out there. Maybe we will in the future. You know, that's something that could happen. But for now, we relied on WMC, our sister station in Memphis. And in particular, I was talking with Michaela Redmond. She was the reporter who was out there with her photographer doing the footwork. I mean, she really did a lot of work for this, going and trying to talk with neighbors, being on the scene. TBI had a pretty unexpected press conference yesterday. It happened really quickly. And so, you know, she was texting me like, oh, they're about to start. Like,
Right.
So we were able to look at their cameras and take video from that, as well as neighbors who she personally interviewed. As we heard from the one woman who lives down the street, she was out there really doing all that work. And it's a different experience being able to, I've looked at maps, I understand the area and looked at on Google, you know, Street View, and as you can see, it's a very wooded area. But for her to actually be out there getting a sense of the community, how many houses are around there, is really invaluable as well. And for her to be passing that along to me, she was very, very busy. So for her to be sharing any details was really, really helpful for us back here too.
Yeah, and these are things that we, in these types of stories, if we are watching, this is the same way that we would watch a national story happening states away, continuing to monitor the local police, state police, social media pages for any updates there, monitor.
Nick just posted too, and this is kind of what we covered or mentioned already, but this picture, this guy was a troublemaker. No good. This is his previous arrest. I gotta delete all this stuff. I think it's from the previous stream. I can't even click myself. There we go. Not the first time quadruple murder suspect has been in trouble. Found the story reported by WBBJ TV in Jackson, Tennessee back in 2013, and the suspect was a then 17-year-old Austin. Teenager in Jackson will be tried as an adult for armed robbery and kidnapping committed in July. Austin Drummond, 17 of Jackson, is charged with aggravated robbery, for the store incident and aggravated kidnapping, aggravated robbery for the personal attack. Okay. So we had a hearing. Around 12:35 a.m., July 31st, Drummond, who was then 16, entered the Circle K. Oh, Circle K is one of those stores too, man, that I think it's almost like Walmart. Depending on where you're at, Circle K, just avoid. Don't even go in that shit. I don't remember the last time I've been to Circle K. I felt like I was going to be robbed. The one that I went to. That's one of those places just stay away from. Anyway, so he goes into the Circle K, 12:35 a.m. He was armed with a handgun and demanded money. Drummond took cash and then fled on foot. Later that day, around 6:40 p.m., a 17-year-old male picked up Drummond, who was a friend. Drummond then asked the victim to pick up another man at an apartment on the 600 block of Old Humboldt Road. When the second man got into the car, he was armed with a handgun. The victim was forced to drive to 2 different ATM machines. Wow. And withdraw money. The victim gave the gunman money. The victim then drove the gunman to the 100 block of the University Parkway. The gunman took the victim's wallet and cell phone before getting out of the car and fleeing. The victim drove Drummond to the 100 block of Oil Well Road, where he then got out of the car. Drummond made a statement to the victim about not calling the police. Drummond was on the run until he was arrested August 21st. In Florida? Daytona Beach, Florida. Oh, no. Toward Florida. Not Florida. Please, not Florida, man. Oh, Lord. Stay away. Jackson investigators transported Drummond from a juvenile detention center in Volusia County, Florida, and booked him in Madison County Juvenile Detention Center. Oh. How do you go from that to murdering 4 people? And I wonder if there's any other suspects. Circle K, yeah. Circle K, as Rybug says, is a gas station. Yeah, it's a gas station / like they have those little stores inside. It's kind of like a convenience store, but it's a gas station too. There's only one that I can think of in my area, and I remember the couple of times I've been there, like years ago. It just has, to me, it had a very shady vibe. Not saying there can't be other Circle K's that are not like that, but the particular one that I remember, always shady people there. I'm like, yo, I'm not going to the store anymore. The feeling that you're going to get robbed at any moment, that's what that store makes me think and feel. So this is crazy. It's a crazy story. Let me see what else they have, because I keep seeing little updates.
During the AP News, that's how we can track updates, not necessarily in our area. And we've been on the other end of this too, right? We've both covered multiple stories that have either national attention or the attention of other parts of the state, where they are relying on us to do what she did for you, which is feed them back video, give them live shots, access, or just updated information as it comes out, right?
Absolutely. I know the service wasn't great out there too, so she was trying to juggle a ton of things at once, get me video, get things like that. But yes, I've been in the situation also where we're trying to do live shots for the national news and for the local news and for our sister stations.
I mean, the one that comes up for me is the Covenant School shooting, that every station in the country was just eyes on Nashville, trying to gather as much information as they could and get video and live shots from us. I think I, as a gray media group reporter, I became that for WSMV that day. So instead of reporting for WSMV, I was doing that as well, but I did live shots for gray stations in Orlando and Vegas and Houston and Washington State, Oklahoma, Kansas. There's so many within the gray company ownership. We can share information if that was ever a question of, well, how do we get these details? And I would love for you to talk about this too. This is a very behind the scenes look. I was anchoring last night at the 4 o'clock hour. Dryden was to report on this story in that same hour. But like you said, that the TBI, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, came up with a press conference pretty unexpectedly. So you were running from your desk, watching that press conference, out to the studio and giving us the latest.
Yes, exactly. I mean, sometimes that's how it happens because we never want to be giving you information that is outdated if we have the newest information to give you all. And so, especially with this case, there was a ton of rumors and things circulating online, especially what time the baby was found, where the bodies were found, all this stuff that hadn't been fact checked. And so to have someone on the ground giving you stuff that is told to her by the TBI and waiting to make sure that these are the correct identities, the correct people, is really, really important to us.
All right, so I think we're probably going to get another update with this story soon. If this guy's name now dropped, his face is everywhere, the vehicle description and license plates are everywhere, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before he's caught. So we have that, and then we have a press conference later, which I think I'm going to do on the iCkEdMeL Clips channel so I can save a notification on this page in case something crazy happens today. It's been a weird week. But I have a feeling, too, that there's got to be some type of something. This guy's probably going to get caught soon. Crazy, crazy stories. 4 family members found dead after baby was found abandoned. This guy spared the baby. Okay. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? I think that's it for this story. I just wanted to, see what was up with that. I figured since now they announced a big update. What was the motive? Was it just money? Was it something as simple as money, or was it like problems with the family? Why kill everybody? Doesn't make any sense to me. 26-year-old man. What the hell? Oh, okay. CNN has a whole different story here. Okay, no. They put this guy, they did a whole different story. They put the picture of this guy, but the story in the article is another story, different story. All right. So, yeah, that's the breaking news. We covered 2 stories. We'll see what happens today. Make sure you subscribe to the iCkEdMeL Clips channel, please. Subscribe to iCkEdMeL Clips. I believe there's going to be a press conference later with the other story we covered, the man that killed the mother and father that was just arrested. I wonder if maybe they'll give some more details about the case, maybe, more details, how he did it. That guy, what's his name again? His name, I just forgot. McGean or something? Yeah, James Andrew McGann. I wonder what kind of stuff they'll find on that guy's computers, devices, his, cell phones, GPS, Google search history, or whatever. Who knows what they'll find on this guy, what he was into. Horrible. So, yeah, you guys be safe, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Be safe out there. Be safe on your walks and hikes and stuff. Over the years, I've covered quite a few stories of people being attacked while on a hike or a walk, particularly ladies. A lot of times you hear ladies. You don't hear so many guys, really, but, it's just a reminder, too, because I like to listen to my music, but you never know, man. Anybody could be creeping, sneaking. Jesse, thank you. Condolences to all the victims, too. It's horrible, man. These people are killed and don't even think twice about it. Crotchet, I'm not in a new place right now. I'm looking, but when I do, I have a few places that I really like, and I'm talking to a realtor. But when I do, I don't know if I'm going to show the whole place or not. I don't know. I might show a little, like, I don't know, the outside area, maybe the back area with the plants and stuff. I don't know. But I don't know if I'm going to do a whole tour of the place. Depends. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But all right, guys. Love you. Stay safe. Bye. Bloop, bloop. See you later. I'm sure we'll be on later. Peace. Bloop, 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 bloop.